It's 17 time.
17.
I don't know if you've seen, but 17's medley trailer, I think it was, full to the brim with crochet. They were like, I know you have tons of projects and stuff planned, but no. They were even freaking laying. There's blankets. There was even freaking poles decorated with crochet. This is too far. And then so I ordered all the yarn for the projects from that I wanted to make stupidly because the music video hadn't been released yet. And there's even more crochet and knit projects on there. Surprise, surprise. This is for Junie. Oh, so soft. Ooh, this is for Seungwan. This is for either Uzi or maybe Mingyu. Possibly Wonu. Wonu's would be the best, but not very confident in that area. This is not the color that, oh, oops, this is a different color. This is for Vernon. This is for Joshua. What else do we have? This is for Jeonghan. There's a bajillion of these. And yeah, that's all I have, but I have other projects that I'm doing that I already had the yarn for. We love it. But yeah, this is over $100 at least. It was probably closer to 200. Please show this video some love. We are starting with, of course, Jun's scarf. Do I even have to say what? It's easy. I want to start with the easiest. Keep my motivation going. Feel accomplished when I finish it. It works. The psychology. It's just this really thin scarf. So it's gonna be super fast. It does look like it's made with fuzzy yarn. I didn't get fuzzy yarn because, well, first of all, I don't know where I would get that kind of yarn because it's like really thin fuzzy yarn. Secondly, I've already spent all this money on all the other things. I'm not gonna spend money on a scarf. I'm sorry. Junie's scarf is done. My favorite parts about this scarf is that his ends are not woven in, so I don't have to weave in any ends. Also, I did triple crochet. Someone commented that they made a triple crochet and I was like, I'll do double crochet because double crochet is easier, or like I've done it more often, so it's more of a groove, you know? And I thought you couldn't tell either way anyway, but whenever I zoomed in, it is triple crochet. And that person knows more than I do. Also, mine looks a little bit more holy. Not really, I don't know. I used a 3.75mm hook and they're like 6 stitches across, including the chain. You can actually count the stitches on here and there's 5 stitches across. But I think this is the same. I don't know. I didn't want it to be thinner than his, so. Obviously, if it was with fuzzier yarn, it would have filled in some of these holes a little bit more, but it's whatever. Next, I think I'm gonna make Seungwan's cardigan because it's not gonna be the easiest for sure, but it'll keep me motivated because it's something I want to do. So, woo. Lies, we are making Jeonghan's vest today. La 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 la. Because Seungwan's cardigan requires planning and I wasn't in a good mood to plan last night and I want to enjoy making that because that's the one I'm most excited about. So this vest, super easy, super fast. I mean, kind of fast. I don't know, nothing's really fast other than this scarf. I did the back wrong because I did not take the time to actually study the picture and plan. As I said, I wasn't in the mood to plan. I just automatically assumed it was a regular granny stitches, and regular granny stitch has like 3 double crochet clusters in it, so that's the way I did this. And I also messed up. It's just wonky. I was using a different hook at the beginning, and then I always forget how to keep the edges from like accidentally decreasing whenever I'm doing this stitch pattern, so it's just wonky. I'm using my 3.75mm hook as per usual, and this yarn that is weight 2, perfect color. I'm not really sure about the sides because I haven't done the correct stitch pattern yet. So I'm just going to chain for the bottom now so we can do the front correctly. The back here took about 2.5 almost of these guys. So by that math, I'm assuming this is gonna take around like 5 balls of yarn. And this is, what is it? 115 yards. And I'm calling this day 1 because yesterday we only had like an evening to work on things. So this is the first of the 5 days I have to make all this stuff. So when I actually zoomed into this picture, I could see that the stitches were actually 5 double crochet clusters instead of the 3. So I'm assuming the chain has to be a multiple of 5. Is that how that works? I'm not counting. I didn't count the first time for this one and it worked perfectly. So I'm just gonna make this one as long as this is and hope for the best and wing it if it doesn't work. I mean, the back's wonky, the front could be wonky too. So I have my chain here that is the length that this back is and is hopefully a multiple of 5. I'm going to chain an extra 2 here just to start off the row and then work into the 3rd chain from the hook, and I'm gonna put 5 double crochets in here. That is including the chain at the beginning, which is our I'm counting that as a double crochet. Then I guess since we're doing 5, we need to skip 4 chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, skip, go into that 5th one there, do
do another 5 double crochet in there. Then continue that all the way down the line. It's already looking so much more like Jeonghan's. Now what we gotta do is we will chain 2, you know, turn the work, chain 2, then we will work into the first space. Now we're just working in all the spaces. We're gonna do the same clusters of 5 in every space down the row. Well, now I'm a little worried that it won't look like Jeonghan's because it's freaking very together. But hopefully the next rows will just open up these holes and it'll be fine. Anyway, when you're finishing a row and oops, hello, on an end that has a cluster, I just double crochet once in the very last double crochet there, and then chain and continue on your merry way. Always doing your cluster in the first space here. And when you get to the end of a row that has a space at the end, your chain space here, you obviously don't just do 1. I don't know why I thought that's what I did at the beginning for some reason. You do the full cluster in this space. It's even more hard to miss when you're doing 5, so I don't think that should be a problem. Also, I feel like it will be okay, maybe, hopefully. No, the holes are still pretty tiny, but we'll see.
I was wrong once again. Hello. The stitch pattern is actually triple crochet with the 5 double crochet cluster, or 5 triple crochet clusters, not the double crochet. So then it ends up looking like this, which is what Jeonghan's looks like. Only Jeonghan's is a lot smaller. So it'd be this size, but in triple crochet 5 clusters instead of double crochet triple I can't speak! And it's so sad because that means I didn't have to buy yarn because I literally have a yarn in this color that's a bit smaller, because in order for this to look like Jeonghan's now, I would have to, with a smaller hook and smaller yarn, which I am not redoing this whole thing. And the thing is, I could switch back to this and redo the front, but I also don't really want to redo the front, so I'm trying to think of what to do. I think I might just continue it like this. This yarn is very soft though, so I didn't expect to run into issues with this one. I'm not really sure, but then it's like I also have this other stitch pattern on the bottom, so I guess mine's just gonna be more. It's gonna be fancy, very switching patterns kind of thing. That's what I'll go with. I've officially decided to not watch Rotten Mango videos anymore because it's just not good for mental health, I guess. So then I was like, I need something to replace it. So now I'm listening to audiobooks because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read books or whatever. Because podcasty content is really good for crocheting and stuff, but the book that I'm listening to, and it's a serious book, okay? It's like a memoir basically of someone from North Korea. But the parts of reading the book just sound so freaking ridiculous that I can't take it seriously. So annoying. Anyway, we're at the point where we need to shape this. I will show you what I am going to do. The front is now miraculously at the same level as this back, because I thought like with the different stitches it was gonna be hard to match it up, but it's almost perfect. Now I'm going to attach, or no, why did I disattach this? Disattach, is that a word? Oh no, yeah, that's right. I mean, it's not a word, but I did it. Okay, whatever. I'm going to attach here, chain, and then start my cluster in here and continue along until I get to the same on that side, wherever it was, probably here, and then do 1 double crochet in here, just like so. And that's kind of like we're decreasing so that it's not just like a squared off thing. So for the next one, we're also gonna just do the chain. We're not gonna work into this space, we're gonna work into the next space here. And when we get to the end, we're just gonna work a single triple crochet in here, like so. But then in this next round, and for a while after this, I'm just going to go back to not decreasing. Like this was decreasing. Now I'm gonna start putting the clusters back in the sides here. I love how everything's lining up perfectly, even though I'm using a completely different stitch pattern thing for the front. So nice. So for the front here, if you can see, this stitch here is the middle stitch. Oh no, this space here is the middle space. There is no middle stitch, which sucks because I'm worried about this looking too much like a V when I wanted it to look more like a scoop neck. But alas, we're using this as the middle, so that means that it is gonna be a V because our next thing's gonna come out this way. But it's whatever. So I decrease this first one, decrease the second one, right? And then since I didn't want it to go like full on straight right after decreasing like this steeply, I just did like 3 in the clusters
for this side from then on. I also decreased one more on this side just so that this piece would match the back piece. But yeah, that is what I did, and now I'm going to do the same on the other side, and hopefully it won't look stupid. Ta-da! Oh, where am I? Ta-da! I know mine's way shorter than Jeonghan's, but time is not on my side, people. I, for some reason, thought that I did it longer. I thought it would be like down here, but it's fine. It's basically a bralette at this point. Now I'm going to sew it all together. So I crocheted the tops, I sewed the sides. Feels so nice. I am going to, just to finish off the bottom, just because it's a bit messy, especially in the front. Oh, hello. I stitched these together wrong. That should have been the inside. Probably just a single crochet along the bottom, and then that'll add like a little tiny bit of extra. Where am I? Extra length to it as well. This feels very tiny, like this way. And then, I don't know, I feel like he has like a little bit of stuff around. I might do a single crochet around the neckline as well. Actually, I lied. Why am I giving myself more work? Plus, I checked and it doesn't look like he does have anything around the neckline, so here we are, we're done. This is my 5th thing of yarn, so I use 4.5 things of yarn. I'm not saying skein, because I do not know how to pronounce that, and 'tis not really a ball, so ow. Yeah. Again, it is pretty V-like, but you can't really see what his is like anywhere. Oh, you definitely can. It is definitely more scoop neck. But it's fine. I definitely meant to look up to see if they had done behinds of their music video and stuff yet, but I didn't. This is what we get. It already looks like it has like a little border on it because my first rows that I messed up. For the rhinestones, I am not getting them because I looked up yesterday on Amazon how much they cost, as well as Michael's, and they're like freaking $20 for a pack of rhinestones. But there's only like 2 different ones that are shaped like his, and one of them's super tiny, the other one's $20. So I'm just gonna CGI them on now. My hand actually really hurts. So we're going to do knitting next. Well, I am going to take a shower, take a break, you know, but I'm super pumped to use these little clouds for Josh's little cardigan thing. I don't know if this is gonna be enough, but we're knitting. We have 2 of them. It's lace weight yarn, so look at that tininess. Wowzers. And we're knitting so I can rest my hands. My hands haven't hurt in forever crocheting, unless I'm using like larger yarn, so I guess I was just going crazy. Actually, I was looking at my watch, it said that I completed my move goal, and I'm literally laying on my bed right now. And it says that I've walked 13.5 kilometers today. I have not. I think it's because this yarn is so soft. Again, hobby sponsor me. It's so soft that I had to wrap it around my finger 1 extra time, and I guess that little tiny bit of extra tension for hours hurt my fingers. But I don't know if you can see, but look, I just noticed how like I've got marks all over my middle finger there. Crazy. I need to slow down. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick the literal middle one of these needles, I guess, because I don't really know what size. I'm gonna have to do a little swatch for this, I think. It's been a while since I've knit, and I've never known how many to cast on to begin with. So that I shall do. Why are we knitting this instead of crocheting this? Well, there is no way to achieve that light, fluffy, airy texture by crocheting, so we've gotta knit it. These are literally like clouds. How fitting for Josh. Angel. I really wanted to make his like patchwork knit sweater cardigan thing. Look at that smile. But like literally I've never cable knit before. Knitting is not my forte. So I'll save that project for whenever I get good at knitting, I suppose. This is crazy and maybe too thin and most definitely too fluffy for Josh's thing. So I'm kind of scared now. And like even just pulling it out of this is gonna be slightly difficult. I'm gonna be very gentle. Am I looking forward to this now? Probably not. Also, even when this is knit, I'm scared this is just gonna break. I assume people would mostly do like multiple strands of this. We are not doing that. Okay, I lied. These strings are so freaking tiny. I'm gonna double strand it, which means probably not gonna have enough yarn. My 6.5 millimeter needles are too small because we need the holes to be a bit bigger, which is good news because then we use less yarn. And yes, this is gonna be way fluffier than Josh's, but I don't know, I kind of like that. Gonna be nice.
hopefully. We're gonna move up to an 8mm. That's a big jump. You know what? It is what it is. 8mm. We'll see. Undoing any mistakes or anything is obviously gonna be very fun. Oh, this is coming apart really easy. I learned before though, like if it starts getting stuck, do not pull it. Like just be super gentle and then go in and freaking, I don't know, rip it apart. Rip apart the fluffy parts. I was also told in the comments of my video where I used mohair before, like putting it in the freezer helps, which is interesting. So if we run into problems, good time to test that. We are getting closer, but I do feel like I can get away with a size up again. So this is an 8. We're going to do a 13. Oh wait, sorry, 9mm. Yes. Ah! I just got back from the dentist, so that's what's going on here. I'm gonna try not to bite myself, but look at this. It's so freaking beautiful. Freaking cloud. It's so light and airy. Exactly what we want, except yeah, it is definitely more fluffy than Josh's, that I can tell. But we are gonna run out of yarn, I'm nearly positive. But I'm hoping to at least get the back panel done and at least one front panel, and then we'll do like, I don't know, like mismatched kind of stuff. Talking is so hard, oh my goodness. Completely forgot that this stuff gets freaking everywhere, like it's covering all my clothes. And then if I'm wearing lip chap, which I always freaking am, it gets stuck to my mouth and it's disgusting. I mean, it'll be worth it because it's gonna be beautiful and it already looks beautiful. Everything's beautiful and I'm happy. Oh, also, so I measured my swatch and my swatch was 10 stitches and it was 3 inches and the 10 stitches ended up being 3 inches long and I wanted it to be, I think I measured 18. So to get 18 inches, I casted on 60 stitches. I think I messed up because I think this is supposed to be like an inset sleeve. Like I was, this is what I'm talking about. There's freaking, do you see this? This is worse than if I hugged like a fluffy pupper. Like I think I was supposed to like, you know, go in for the sleeves. But like I finished this. I finished it all and it's so hard. Oh, I'm inhaling it now. It's so hard to go back for knitting, so I don't know what to do. I think, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna continue it as a drop shoulder. It won't be too different, I don't think. It'll be too obvious, but it does go down a bit more than his would, you know? And I'm looking at this thing now. I'm thinking it's like all knit on the sides, right? But it looks like this little centerpiece is maybe, I wanna say like double crochet or something. So this is 60 stitches wide, right? So I think I will do, my casting on is so freaking tight. That's not good. This is 60. So the front panels would be 30 stitches each. But since there's a little centerpiece, I think I'm going to do 25 stitches for each. And then I'll do the centerpiece afterwards. Also, yarn update. I feel like I can do like another panel, maybe 2 front panels with the rest of this. Fingers crossed. You know, after so many mess ups. Oh, my mouth isn't numb anymore. Yay. I can't really be mad anymore. Like, it doesn't affect me as much anymore, I guess, because what can you do? You know, I just finished, okay, and it's pretty impressive because I think I'm getting 2 panels done still with the yarn, which is great. We're happy. But then I did exactly what I like mentally told myself not to do. I was doing this one. I like worked up to here like normal with my 25 stitches, and then I decreased every other row here until like here, and then I just started doing normal again. And I was like, I gotta remember for the next panel to do it, you know, the opposite, so I don't have 2 panels the exact same. And guess what I did? I made 2 panels the exact same. So they're both decreasing from this side, which would be fine if it was reversible. If this was crochet, it'd be like, fine, I'll just weave in the ends the other way. But like, because it's knit, and I didn't say this at the beginning, oops. So I'm using a stocking knit pattern, which is like the most standard. You do a row of purl. No, you do, well, yeah. You do a row of knit, and then you do a row of purl back and forth, which means this side is going to look different from this side. It's not a huge deal. I mean, well, I mean, with this yarn, maybe, because it gets stuck together, and I have to go all the way back down to here. Not only does it get stuck together, but I think it'll be really hard to get all the loops back on the needle again. Plus, it is, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I thought it was like 2 o'clock for some reason. No wonder my mouth, actually, my mouth is still kind of numb. I don't think that's normal, though they did tell me if I exercised, it would be faster, and I'm very sedentary today, as per usual. Anyway, I wanted to finish this today, and I don't think that's looking possible now, but I'll have to switch yarn for the sleeves anyway, because look at this. This looks like lungs. Cloud lungs. Anyway, I'm covered in this stupid stuff. I'm back. We got the 2 panels. Got tons of fluff all over me and my mouth and everything. So nice. Now I'm going to go along. Hello. I love how much I messed up in these freaking panels. Okay, it's not that bad just looking at this, but I know I made a lot of mistakes in this. Like, look at this. I did just not even like a third of the row in purl accidentally for this row. It's just very messy, which is crazy because this one is almost perfect. It's like I got cocky after the first one. Anyway, for this, we're gonna do the little border across these now before attaching it. And I'm going to do double crochets with just a single strand of this. Since we're crocheting, I feel like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna experiment with different sizes of hooks to see what works best. It's looking really good with my first choice here, my beautiful 3.75mm that I love. Mwah. Love you. I think I'm gonna do 2 rows of it because I think that's what it is in the picture that I can tell. Finished all this. I don't know how worth it was because it's still like curving in, but it's whatever. Looks good, I think. I sewed together the tops of the shoulders here so I can try it on and then see how long I need to make the sleeves. Don't have high hopes for this one. I feel like because it was supposed to be inset and I made it not inset, I feel like this is gonna be too big and the thing's gonna fall off my shoulders way more than it's meant to. Oh, I forgot to say, like I sewed it together but then left off this part like a good couple inches just because just she was. You see? Smart. Anyway, this is like a scarf. What is this? Oh, you know what? Maybe it will work. Or maybe it's just because I'm wearing a freaking hoodie and it's caught on the hood. Now I'm going to have freaking fuzz all over the inside and outside of my hoodie. Hello, I think it's actually working. It's not working. Why can't I just look like Josh? Again, I made this shorter. I didn't have much yarn, guys. And again, time. You know what? Trust the process. Oh, but this is how much yarn I have left. So I'm gonna have to switch to my other yarn now. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, it's all right. So I'm gonna be using this yarn now, which I feel like it is kind of the same weight when you put the other 2 together minus the fuzz. Or with the fuzz, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm gonna use the same size of whatchamacallit needles. And I usually just go like this to see how much to cast on for the sleeves. But saying as it's different yarn, maybe it'll be slightly different. I don't know. I'm thinking about 30 because it's kind of fitted, like it's off of his arm a little bit, but it's fitted. I'll do 30. That just sounds right. I'm just hoping for the best here. And I think since the sleeve looks kind of flared, I think I'm just gonna do it straight. You know, because usually you expect the arm to go in a little bit at the end, so maybe it's just not going in and that's the flare. It also looks like there is some crochet on the end there, so we'll do that as well. I'm only a few rows into my sleeve and I don't know what the freak happened here, but there is a big string that is somehow connected to, I don't even know. I'm so confused and I'm gonna have to start over. So that's fun. We're having good times. I messed up this one too, but this was my fault. It fell off of the hook or the needle somehow. I wasn't paying attention and I don't want to try to fix that. I mean, I could, but I'm done. I was also, I think it was meant to be because I was like thinking, hey, maybe I should just crochet the sleeves because I am sick of knitting. Knitting takes forever. It was meant to be. We're just going to freaking crochet it. Let's go. I'm gonna use a large hook. This is 10mm and then I'm just gonna probably single crochet it. And I'm sad because like, yeah, the overall feel of it would have been nicer because it would be like more wispy or whatever, but is it worth the work? I don't know. I already had to redo it once. I don't want to redo it again. I lied. This is even harder. I can't with any of these. I'm so done. It's 8 o'clock. I've been like working on the sleeves for over an hour and I'm literally right back at the beginning. I'm gonna knit it. Today is day 3. We are starting Seungwan's cardigan today for sure. I mean, I need to finish Jeonghan's thing. I finished one sleeve, sort of, because I still need to do the double crochet on the end there. Ooh, it's so soft. And luckily, the behind the scenes of the music video came out a couple days ago, so I was able to see more angles of the cardigan, which actually discouraged me even more because this is gonna be a super hard cardigan. But I got to see Hoshi riding a donkey, so really it all evens out. I have my mismatched sleeves. I did the
the double crochet on the ends of them. And now I'm going to sew them to the main body. I am pretty nervous about stitching this together. I'm sewing it because crocheting this would take forever, but I'm only using like one string of the mohair yarn, and that's maybe not the strongest, but I mean clothes are sewed together with thread, so what's the difference? I don't know. Look how skinny these arms look. There's no freaking way. Finished the first half feeling not great. Is there a hole there? Hello? Oh no, that's just my terrible knitting skills. Oh, it looks cute though, just not in a way that would fit me. That's maybe why it looks so cute. It's so tiny. Why are the sleeves so short? I'll just give it to someone with really short arms. But I'm pretty sure my arms are on the short side. It's a 3/4 length sleeve. It's meant to be like that. I just need to stretch it out a little bit. What is this? His sleeve is relatively long and also kind of, I don't know. This video isn't really going the way I wanted it to go. I really hope Seungwan's cardigan makes up for all of this because I didn't even like Jeonghan's thing either. Or like I liked it, but it's not the vibe. It's not what I was going for. Like I wanted to look like his. I'm feeling rather crappy, and not just because it didn't work out, which I mean like yeah, that adds to it, but it's because I'm not even trying to make them properly. Like I'm not putting it in as much effort. I'm just like, I need to make this as fast as possible, so I'm going to just like half-ass it basically, which is not what I want to do. It's just that I want to make the most amount of videos possible, but like at what cost? Plus my freaking, very unrelated, but if I touch here, this feels weird. Like my mouth is still weird from yesterday. Is that normal? I don't know. I'm slightly concerned. I'm going to finish this because why not? It may not fit me, but it could fit someone. Who knows? And then I'm gonna put it to the side and I'm gonna forget all about it, wipe my slate clean, and then we're gonna start with Seungwan's cardigan and I'm gonna make it perfect. Okay, not perfect because like, first of all, I went to Michael's to see if I could find all the yarn for it, and there was a couple that they were sold out of, and then there was a couple that just doesn't exist. I'm just going to make do with what I have, and honestly, I think I'm running out of every color that I can use for it, so it's not looking great, but we're gonna make it work. Mine might end up being even more patchworky than his patchwork cardigan. We'll see. I just want to have fun again. Done. I got buttons, but I don't think there is buttons on it. It looks like it's just stitched together, so I just stitched this together in a couple places. It's super cute. I wish it freaking worked out. Maybe I just need to not be so muscly. If you have super skinny arms, hit me up. Oh, I feel like this would break easily. Like, I'm being very careful. Oh, I do wish that I had the fluffy sleeves though. It would have been super cute. Oh. Aw, it's so cute. A lot of cardigans, like this cutesy kind of cardigan, have shorter sleeves. So that's not what it was supposed to be, but I guess I can always add on a couple more double crochets here. The only thing is it doesn't flip out like Josh's. It's almost there. Let's compare. Can't beat that smile. Is this sleeve shorter than this sleeve? Fashion. Now I can finally be done with this freaking fuss. I think the smartest line of action is to first do the granny squares because they're gonna be like a set length, right? And it looks like it is just below butt level. So here we go. It should be about this long, which is, ooh, an even 30 inches. We love it. So I'm going to do these 5 granny squares first. These ones are gonna be complicated because it's gonna be half granny squares with a line through it and then the rest of the granny. It's so stupid. Why did they make it so complicated? These are the 5 colors that I'll need for my first granny squares, and they're almost perfect. This blue could be a little deeper, but other than that, perfection. Now, if you don't know how to do a granny square, sucks to suck. Just kidding. I'll show you in just a second. Should I do the math first? It needs to be 30. So each square needs to be, what is 30 divided by 5? Why is that hard? 6? So each square needs to be 6 inches long. And I believe I'm gonna use this just because that's what I always use and it always gives results. 3.75 millimeter. We shall start in blue because I feel like that'll be easier to see what's going on, although I'm kind of thinking this will be very tangled and hard to work with, but whatever. So to start your granny square, you're just gonna chain 4, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first chain. This just creates a little circle that we can work into. Now we're gonna be doing clusters of 3 double crochet at a time. So I'm gonna chain 2, I'm gonna count that as a double crochet, and then do 2 more double crochets, chain 2. Some people chain 3, that is your preference. else. It's up to you. And then do another cluster. And then when you get to the end, after your last cluster, you chain 2 as well, and then just slip stitch into the first little, okay, technically I should have slip stitched into the top of the chain, but I'm lazy, so I just did it that way. And then next round, we are simply going to chain again. No, we're not. Ignore me. Now we're going to slip stitch into this next space like so, just so we are in this next space. And then we are going to chain 2. Going to count that as our, see, it's knotted now. As you can see here, you're just working a cluster, 2 chain cluster in each space here. We're not chaining if there's no corner, if that makes sense. So for the next round, it'll be the same. For each corner, we're gonna do a cluster, 2 chain cluster. And then for these spaces, we're just gonna do a cluster, no chain in between. Like so, and then 1 or 2 more rows of this.
Ta-da! This is almost exactly 6 inches. But then I realized that one of the granny squares, like the top one, is missing a couple rows. It's only, I don't know, 3/4 of a granny square. But I think it'll be fine because I think I over measured for the back and that'll only take off like an inch or so. So we'll go with this. Got my little workstation here, bajillion yarns. Ta-da! Also, you may be wondering, what about this? Because it's different colors, and I didn't do that because I was thinking like I'm gonna have to change a bajillion colors, but then whenever I seen a picture, does this not look like it's painted or something? So I will either paint or color on these and it'll be beautiful. Now I'm gonna get probably some embroidery thread and I'm gonna stitch it all together because it's all stitched together with this like brown caramelly yellow color. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we are going to do the orange line here. It looks like there's 2 rows here, so single crochet clusters here and then maybe just triple crochets for the next row. So I did 3 single crochet in each space, and then in the corners of the things I wasn't really sure what to do because there's not really a space. I just did 1 in each corner and left it at that. Maybe that's too much, maybe that's too little. I can't tell. It looks fine. I feel like this looks a little too holy for his, but I'm pretty sure they're triple crochets, so I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then next I'm going to go back to this stitch pattern with like the same colors as these patches, so it looks like it's continued kind of thing. Oh, I also forgot to say, I showed you how to do the squares, but I didn't say how to do the half squares. So it's basically just the exact same. Like if you can see, this is the starting thing. So you start the same way. And then for the second row, see how I didn't do this side? You have to turn your work instead of working in the round now. So you turn, chain, and work this way around. And then when you get there, it's the same chain, go back around. And then since this needs to be longer and I can't go further here, I just went back and forth up here as well. To get back to the granny stitch, all you gotta do is do a cluster of 3 in 1 stitch, then skip 2 stitches and do the next cluster in the next stitch. Beautiful. I'm trying to figure out how to do this next piece because it's confusing me so much. Like I don't want to have to do them separate, so I was like, do I have to do a chain here and then do both from each side and then have to connect it all? But I'm thinking it's getting complicated. I don't know. I want to say they're triple crochet clusters, but like it's like the opposite of our other clusters. So it's 1 in each stitch, but it's like a bobble stitch. So we're stitching it together and then we're chaining 2 in between, right? That makes sense, right? We'll see if it works. So this is what I'm talking about. See, I have a triple crochet in every stitch here, but then I don't finish them. I only pull through twice each time, so I'm left with like 3 or 4, I guess, loops on the hook, and then I pull through all of them so that it's all together like this, and then I chain 2 to make up for the 2 that are missing kind of thing. I'm proud. For this brown, I think I'm just going to do single crochet clusters, so I'll do 3 single crochets in each of these spaces, and then I'll do like triple crochet all along. But then the freak is this! I've been trying to figure out this for like ever now. At first I thought it was just, you know, the clusters like normal granny stitch kind of thing, but look at this! It's like these are double crochet clusters, but they're attached on either side, but they also are going in this way. I don't understand! And I've been trying to work through it in my little brain for the past 10 minutes just staring at the screen, and I think I've given up. And I'm just going to do the granny stitches, but in maybe like triple crochet, just so that it's wider. Like this looks pretty wide. That did not end up looking right. Like it's supposed to look like triangles going into each other. So I'm going to redo that with triple crochets first, because I did the single crochet first, and I think that just makes it not go in enough. This is a little
is a bit better, but I don't know. It should be a little bit more pointed. I don't know. It's good. It's good. This is making me sad. Like, it's really not the vibe. It's just the same thing over and over, and the colors are wrong, but that's beside the point. So I'm going to do the other side, like the rest of the stuff separate, and then see if I can do the thing in between. Oh, wait, I forgot there's also a yellow one that's like that too. So I'll have to do 2 separate pieces and then do that in the middle if I can even. So I changed my mind. I experimented a little bit more. I'm at a loss for what to do here, but I'm winging this as I go. It's not going great. This is my 3rd attempt.
This is what I ended up doing. Is it the same? No, it is not. But I thought like so many freaking times, I was like, I've cracked the code. I'm a genius. But then it turns out it's freaking wrong. But it's fine. I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't really know what else to do other than fasten off after every single thing, because I think that would work. Because I tried that once and it looked good. But I'm not fastening off every time, so I don't really know. It's whatever.
So I chained 6, worked 2 more double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook because I'm counting the chain as a double crochet. Skip 2, but we're also chaining. So chain 3, skip 2 chain, then 3 double crochet cluster in the 3rd from the hook, and then I attached it to here with a slip stitch. I did start doing like chain, slip stitch, chain, and then continuing. So then you like turn your work and you do the cluster into this chain. So like we chained here. We're gonna now work. I don't know if this is confusing or not, but now we're gonna work our 3 cluster, chain 3, 3 cluster. And then to get back up again, I just chained 3. Then we turn around and like just continue that over and over again. Though when you're attaching to here, you have to skip a space, which sucks because then it's too tight. But if you don't skip a space, then it's too loose. It's just because this isn't the proper thing and I don't know how to do the proper thing. So this is what I did. And now you're like, but how do you start the next row then? Great question. Great freaking question that I don't know the answer to.
I'm going to chain a chain as long as my last brown one, and then I'm literally going to weave it through these holes and hope that it doesn't look ridiculous.
Will this look stupid? Probably. It's supposed to be symmetrical on both sides, but whatever. We're doing 6 single crochet in between each wovenness. I'm scared it's like going in the way as we get to the end here, but this, I realized I did it wrong. It was supposed to be the opposite way, like facing the opposite way as this one, but I mean, this is easier and I'm so done redoing stuff. Like this doesn't look right. Nothing looks right. I have to do another row of this stuff, but in yellow now. I finished the back finally!
For the second one that was supposed to be like all different or whatever, the yellow ones, I just did normal double crochet granny stitch. I wish that I did that for this too, because this made it all wonky. It is not a vibe. And then I did another triple crochet clusters with the single crochet right across, and then 2 triple crochet for the orange, and then double crochet again for the brown. Now I am going to paint. Where'd my paint go? I'm so confused. Oh, and I think these are the exact colors, hopefully. Merry Christmas!
I can't say that it looks all that great, but I felt really artsy while doing it, and that's all that matters.
I am going to do the front panels now, and to be quite honest, the front panels are my least favorite. I'm not really into them, so I probably will not have fun doing them.
I've got some Neapolitan ice cream going here. I'm not really sure how to do this one. All I know is it's in like the zigzag pattern, like my Taehyun sweater vest that I made. So I know how to do it. The only problem is, since I'm changing colors and these yarns are a bit thicker than this yarn, it doesn't come through. Like the zigzag doesn't come through because this is automatically going up. But all you have to do for that is increase and decrease at different intervals. So I will go 8 stitches. I'm doing double crochet. So 8 double crochet increase, 8 double crochet decrease. And then that'll make a little triangle. Very subtle, super subtle if you're using different colors here. I don't know if this is anything like it, but hoping for the best. Also, I'm using a 8mm hook for once, which is nice. For the next row, I'm doing puff stitches with just 2 double crochet stitches, and I'm chaining between them and skipping a stitch between them. And then when we have to decrease, remember to keep the pattern of the zigzag, then I just skip 3 instead of 1, I think. Is that wrong? I think that's right. It's whatever. Whenever I have to increase, I do 2 puff stitches in the 1 stitch with a chain in between. Beautiful. What is a puff stitch though? I am so glad you asked. A puff stitch is a series of stitches that are not complete and then they're put together. That was a horrible explanation. Just watch this. So we're doing a double crochet. Just pretend it's like normal. We pull through the first 2, but then we stop when there's 2 on the hook. And then we start another double crochet, just like so, and then stop. And then we have 3 on the hook. We'll pull through all 3, just because we're doing just 2 for this one. So it's a very tiny puff stitch. And then I'm chaining, skipping a stitch, and then going into the next stitch here to start the next puff stitch. Just looking at the last row to know when to decrease and when to increase. This ended up being way too long and I was trying to deny it because it was so much work, especially color changing in the first one, but I think I have to go back because this is a bit much. All right, here we are, back again. So for this next row, it's all double crochet and it looks like it's clusters, but it's just because we're putting back into in every space because we skipped spaces last time. So when we're increasing, we put 3 in the space. When we're decreasing, we put 1 in the space. Then I did a row of half double crochet, increasing at the increases, decreasing at the decreases, same, and then another row of double crochet, and now I'm going to do a row with this, doing the same as the pink here. And then I just repeated this part here, and now I'm gonna repeat this part here. Now I just have to make these edges straight, so what I'm gonna do is just go up and down and do like, you know, the taller stitches when it's lower and the shorter stitches when this comes up. So I'll probably do like double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet to like just try to straighten this edge out and then do it on the other side as well. I think that looks okay. I'm surprised by how much it looks like it because the Neapolitan ice cream thing is just like stuck with me. But next is the other panel, and I looked for yarn specifically like this with different colors in it, but I couldn't find it. So I want to use these yarns. This is like Pound of Love, so cute, and they're thinner than the regular weight 4 yarn, even though they are weight 4 yarn. So it'd be better to use this because I don't want the thing to end up way too chunky, but I'm gonna mix that with the black. In this I have red, green, yellow obviously, and blue. So I don't know, I'll just do stripes of those different colors then, I guess. I'm starting out with a 8mm hook, but we'll see if we have to go up. I finished it. I was using half double crochets and I think it looks pretty similar. I mean, his is less stripy, kind of more what I did on the bottom here, and it's a little bit wonky just because of the different, like some of these have 3 strands of the thinner yarn, some of these have a thin and thick one, and then some are like, I don't know, they're just all different, so that's why it kind of goes in and out, but it's not too bad, so I think it'll be fine. Look at the amount of yarn that I have everywhere just for this one project because there's like a bajillion colors. This cardigan makes no sense to me. I would never put these things together. I finished it. No, I didn't. What am I saying? I crocheted the tops together. Oh, that looks so weird. It looks like TV static. Ugh, this thing is so weird. I didn't even realize how weird it was until I started making it. Like this side is so light, and I think like this is all crochet. I'm pretty sure this is knit, but like I just did the half double crochet. It's whatever. This is just to see how long the sleeves need to be, so it comes down to like here, and the sleeves are probably gonna be heavy too. This sleeve is gonna be really heavy, so that'll probably weigh it down a little bit, but it's to here. I'm just gonna make the sleeves flat, so I just chained a bunch. Gonna make it pretty big. It's gonna be pretty baggy, I assume, and then I'll do like so. And I'm just doing the same thing to get the chevron pattern thing. We're doing every 8 pieces, I'll do an increase, and then another 8 double crochet as a decrease, another 8 double crochet as an increase, so on and so forth. It comes out a bit more in the second row. It looks very subtle here. So I finished this sleeve. I ended up doing 3 decrease, like 3 double crochet together kind of thing, and 3 increase at each interval, so it could be more spiky, more zigzaggy. Nice, because it was pretty flat, and it actually kind of worked out because then it's really flat at the top, like my starting thing, so I'm not even gonna bother to go back in and straighten it out. Like I think this will be fine to attach like this. And then I also finished my second one,
done. Well, not finished. I don't know what this was, if it was macrame or what, but it has like stitches going across, so I'm gonna go back in and do stitches across. I started with a half double crochet in brown. I'm gonna call this color brown. I don't really know what it is. The yellows are triple crochets. The orange and brown stripes from then on are 3 rows of half double crochet. I wish I did 4 rows of half double crochet. I did 4 rows of half double crochet for this last one because I knew it wasn't gonna be long enough. This last row of triple crochet, this yellow is supposed to be shorter, so I would have done a half double crochet if it was gonna be long enough, but it wasn't because I made these too short. So I'm gonna go in and do the stitches just with, this is all the yellow I have left. Also, this is all the purple I have left. Like, I was running out of things hardcore, and so I'm happy it all worked out. I don't know if this will be enough to do the stitches because I'm also going to be doing the stitches like double stranded. This is all double stranded, I forgot to say that. That's why it's chunky looking. Using a 8mm hook, and I used a, what did I use for this? A 6mm hook, just single stranded. It's giving scarecrow turkey. I actually really love it. And now I'm gonna do the fringe. I have a bunch of small pieces cut, and then I'm just going to stick them through each and every stitch, I'm thinking. They're pretty small, so this is kind of awkward, but I'm just folding it in half like this, and then sticking it through the hole like this. Little loopy loop, and then putting the 2 bottom strings through this loopy loop if I can, and then pulling. Beautiful. But then it kind of pulls it out. I don't know, maybe it'll go back. I actually redid that bit. I did it with 3 strands together at once, and I made them a little longer. It's so pretty. I completely forgot that I still have to do the pockets. I haven't even got dressed yet. I'm so cold. I was gonna start my Stray Kids video today. I tried to make this pocket go like out different ways like this one does instead of just the regular wave pattern, but it made it all wonky. You can't really see too much because I tried to stretch it out, but it is kind of wonky. So I think I'm just gonna do this pattern for the entire thing. Ta-da! And I'm not gonna like straighten the edges. I'm just gonna keep it like this because why not? It's fun. I just did half double crochet, the same zigzag pattern, only it will be every 2 stitches. I would increase 3 and then another 2 stitches, decrease 3 together. So that is that. And then this one is just 3 stripes. I'm pretty sure there was cream in it also, but I couldn't really get a good photo of the pocket. And now I have all my pieces. Absolutely none of them match except for the 2 pockets, but I'm pretty sure the pockets of Seungwan's cardigan, like these 2 greens are different shades. I just did them like this because I had the green with me, so why not? It's time to put it all together. This is crazy. Whenever I finish everything, I'm always like, oh, I'm done, whatever. I just need to put everything together, but then I forget. It literally took almost 2 hours to put together. Like, dying. My eyes are dying. They feel like they're bulging out. I have a headache. Probably unrelated, but you know, it is stressful. And then I realized that I still have one more thing to do. I'm gonna try it on now, but oh my gosh, it is super heavy. Also, why did I decide to make this? Like, obviously, it's a cool piece, but I'm scared. I'm scared this isn't gonna fit right, and then it'll all be for naught. I can put this on over my hoodie. That's how big it is. Oh, but I love this sleeve. An entire cardigan like this would be way cuter than whatever the freak this is. This sleeve is humongous. That was an accident. Wait, I can't see it. Wait, no, because why is this so short? Why is it? It was supposed to be like down to here. I thought mine was gonna be longer than his. Oh, but why do I love it? I thought I wasn't gonna like it. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. But he has the like black band around it, which is not crocheted. It's just like a material. I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. Wait, I have to admire it some more before I decide. Or no, maybe it would be good to have a border. I don't know about black though. Black seems a bit much. Oh, this is so nice. Gucci, patchy, Gucci, patchy, yeah. I didn't expect to like that. Why does it look so good when it doesn't make any sense? Are we ready for the final Gucci patchy? I'm saying that right, probably not. I only did 3 rows of like half double crochet, decreasing at both of these points here every round. I'm always so confused by how freaking short this is. Do we love it? Do we love it? It's so cozy. My fall sweater that I will not be wearing.